We put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily. Level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm getting better.
Lock in. Lock in.
We on our Grussle, our grind and our hustle.
Fred Taylor, man. Shout out to Fred Taylor. Not many know about Fred. Fred was one of the coolest to do it, man. Yeah, shout out to Fred, dog. He's on a podcast with
Ocho
Ocho Cinco, Brandon Marshall. That joint's good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, man. Episode 28. How you feel?
Feel great, man. Feel great.
I like that shirt.
Yeah, hey, look, check out the YouTube, man. Virginia is for Hoopers. You know what I'm saying? It's going off the Virginia is for Lovers tagline. I feel like VA gets a lot of, not hate, but people don't really look at us as a hoop state. So
Yeah.
this might be for sale soon. So stay tuned.
Stay clocked
We'll keep
in
y'all
to that.
posted, man. But good week, man. Good week. How about you?
It was long. I can't even fake. Like, it's one of those weeks where just like I can't wait for it to be over. Just busy with work, man, and which is a good thing. But yeah, thank God I've got Monday through Wednesday off, which is a blessing. Shout out to the new culture. I'm just keeping it at that.
What does that mean?
Just means some things have changed and for the better things have changed. So
There's a couple people in leadership with
exactly.
with year-long tans, permanent tans.
exactly. Thank you for that. So it was a good weekend, man. I had Ryder, so it was on dad duty, but yeah, it was all solid.
Yeah, I mean, I see him working, man. Like, he's clocked in. He's clocked in. Like, he doesn't have like
gotta be.
any downtime. My job is kind of, not the opposite, but I have more downtime. So, yeah, man, he's not just clocked in with his workouts and the stuff you see on social media. More to come with that. We're going to give y'all a sneak peek, hopefully soon, into just kind of like a day in the life, just to kick off, the Clocking Lifestyle series.
Lifestyle.
Because it is a lifestyle, you feel me? So, speaking of that, wanted to shout out a brand that my oldest brother, Walter Hamilton IV, and one of his boys, Jeff Owens, launched. It's called My God is Big Enough. So, shout out to them, man. Yes, sir. Jeff is like a big bro to us. The message is something that, is great.
Self-explanatory,
Yeah,
right?
self-explanatory. Go to mygodisbig.com. Again, mygodisbig.com. I copped, I think, 2 shirts and like a wristband or something.
Yeah, I gotta tap into that.
But good prices. The style is dope, man. So check them out. And I know it's been in the works for a minute. So starting 2021 off right, man. So shout out to them.
Shout out to us, the co-hosts, because we didn't introduce ourselves.
Yeah, you're right. You got to do that
Every time, bro.
every time. So
man.
Marshall Hamilton here, co-host of Clock in the Podcast.
Austin Hamilton, the other co-host. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all been tapped in for the journey, and we appreciate y'all on the YouTube.
Yeah,
I think we're at 119
subscribers. Yeah, appreciate
So
y'all.
that's a blessing in itself. But we want to continue to elevate that. So continue to tap into that YouTube, man. Nico, he puts in his time for that.
Yep.
But yeah, man, we love y'all, and shout out to the first time people that listen that haven't come back. So hopefully we'll get y'all back soon.
It's part of a business, but yeah, we'll get y'all back. Like, subscribe if you haven't shared. Also, write some reviews as well on like the Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I did want to bring up something because it's something that we kind of experienced this weekend, which was cool. So, one of Austin's best friends since elementary school had a little B-Day get-together. And I knew a few people there, but there were people who I didn't know who were like, "Yeah, man, I love y'all's podcast. Like, I've been listening." And, you know, it was dope, man.
But here's the thing. A lot of that, they probably don't listen. I'm just keeping it above.
Yeah.
But they see what we're doing.
Right.
And, you know, I'm sure they understand the message.
Right.
We just got to figure out how to turn them into listeners and viewers. But
weekly.
Yeah, man. Nah. Again, I appreciate, you know, the gestures and the words. 'Cause it goes to show that we're doing something that's meaningful.
Right.
And we're gonna continue to keep it going, man. So
yeah,
appreciate y'all. Even if you haven't listened and you told me you listened, I'll take it.
You seen it. The brand recognition is there.
Yeah, I'll take it.
The brand recognition is there.
It.
So yeah, man, it was dope. Just because I didn't know him, and like you said, I mean, may not have actually listened, but they will, and they'll keep coming back.
Yep.
You brought up something, man, before we started. But all these random holidays.
Well, Nico brought that up.
Was it you, Nico?
Yeah, Nico brought it up.
National Do Nothing Day today.
We need a drop. Yeah, it's the opposite. It's the opposite of the clock in message.
Literally.
We need like a dumbfounded drop. I don't even know. What do we even?
That would have been a perfect moment for it.
Yeah, I don't even know. I was trying to think like,
The
man.
kid.
That could be.
Kid that was like,
Yeah.
Down. Hell,
We need a drop for when there's just something that's just.
But
I'm dumbfounded.
Like, here's what I want people to do. Look into your iPhone, because the iPhone tracks everything. Look at your calendar, and let me know if you see this National Do Nothing Day in your calendar.
It won't be there.
All right, what's today? The 17th? I'm gonna look right now. If it'll let me. I don't see anything about National Do Nothing Day. So somebody please tell me who in God's green earth is determining that today is National Do Nothing Day. Because I got stuff to do. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, facts.
So this holiday does not
that
does not abide to me. So
nah.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like, and then but people like they really gravitate towards this stuff, which is crazy. Like
some of it I can kind of get because some of it is like recognizing, you know, certain people or professions like National Nurse Day. Even if it's not a real thing, you know what? I'll show love. I probably won't post.
It's like on par with horoscopes.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Exactly. But anything that condones like just laziness or things that just I don't vibe with. Someone who made that up is trolling y'all for real.
I need to see the calendar, man.
Yeah, like how do I submit my holiday?
For real. For real. National Grussle Day. That'd be hard.
Every day is Grussle Day. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like, on grind and hustle. That's what Grussle means.
Yeah.
We on our Grussle, our grind and our hustle.
Wait, say that again? Because I feel like people don't really... I've actually never...
You can't be on your grind and hustle if you ain't doing it every day.
We on our Grussle, our grind and our hustle.
Grussle.
Hey, man. You heard it.
Round of applause.
You heard it, man.
Yeah, man. Hey,
Heard it, man.
So he...
Hey, let's go. We can go home on that one, though.
Nah, facts.
Hey, we can go home on that
See,
one.
it's not... exactly. So it's not a coincidence that the clock-in message aligns to what Grussle is.
Yep.
You just spoke to me and said, how can I use my time and talents to help, man, further this, man?
Yeah, hey, look, it's
That's
much
big.
appreciated, man.
That's
much
big.
appreciated. What's yurt mean? We still don't... Is that just like a... It's just a greeting, right?
It's like from New York.
It's like,
somewhere up
it's
north.
like, you know, I agree.
To me, it's like a greeting.
Yeah.
It's either a greeting or I say more a greeting. Like,
Yeah.
Sometimes I use it as or like, I'm agreeing with you, but you know,
Right.
See my man's across here.
Yeah.
I'm about to be like, hey, Austin.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you just turn
Yeah,
around.
yeah. It's like you already know who it
Yeah.
You
is.
kind of know who it was by the different
Exactly,
yurt it was.
yeah.
So. But shout out to Randall, man. Shout out to Randall for the
The
yurt.
different yurt.
Shout out to Randall, dog.
Yeah, Randall.
I was
man.
thinking it was like something else, but I was thinking it might have been like a gang affiliated type
It
call.
probably is.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a greeting.
Yeah. Yeah. But we don't condone
Not
gang
affiliated.
violence or anything of that
You're
nature.
not affiliated.
So
Red is my favorite color, but that's not what I'm rocking with.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna get that out there.
yeah, man, because we got Nipsey here, so I know he's not really.
He sleeps.
Yeah, he good. He's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, yeah, I need to see the calendar. I need to see who's coming up with these holidays, because like, I don't know. Like, I don't care about National Sock Day. Like, I wear socks every day. Every day is National Sock Day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just unnecessary.
What are we celebrating? And it speaks to what we've talked about a lot in a lot of our episodes, which is, if you're on social media and you see stuff,
You gotta
like
just
research.
vet it, man.
Just
vet it.
actually think, man. Just think.
You can't jump to conclusions.
Yeah, like a lot of y'all just blindly accept something and just repost it, not really knowing what it means. Like, I don't really post. I'm not a, what's the word I'm looking for? Contrarian. That's the word. Yeah, that was a big word right there. That was a little Shakespearean. Yeah,
How you spell that?
Yeah.
you know I can spell.
How you spell that?
CONTRIAN.
Arian. Arian.
Yeah, man.
Oh, what movie was it? It might have been like Mike Epps or something, and he was asked to
Next
spell.
Friday.
Yeah.
No.
Versace. Spell it F-O.
Yeah. Mike Epps is so underrated, dog.
Man, he's one of the funniest people on earth.
Definitely.
He's more movie funny though. Like, I've heard some of his stand
His
up.
stand-ups ill.
His
too.
stand-ups,
They are.
His
But-
stand-ups are funny.
But like, I don't know. I feel like just for me, I find him more funny in the movies, dog. Just like
His notable
his
roles.
delivery, his roles.
Cause I think he's more just like an everyday funny.
You know what I'm saying?
He- like you can tell that's who he is.
Yeah, like he's not
Yeah,
trying
exactly.
to be funny.
Nah.
He's just funny.
And that's what
Exactly.
I like about him. Like, it comes off natural for him.
Yeah, but it's just be mindful of that, man. I know it's something small. We're not trying to be nitpicky, but it's just if you do that with holidays, you're probably doing that with other stuff on social media.
Probably.
So, like I said, man, it's like, if you're looking for reasons to have something to celebrate, we just had the craziest year in most of our lifetimes. Like, celebrate that you woke up this morning.
Yeah.
Celebrate that you can, move and you have the ability to work. You have the ability to actually work out.
Family members are still alive.
Family members are still alive. Like, celebrate the little things, not these little superficial things that don't really matter and you don't really care about. Let's just keep it a buck. But yeah, we're not gonna beat that one.
Speaking of holiday, like, we can't forget that Martin Luther King holiday. Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday is tomorrow. So, and it's funny, man. This is kind of why I love, like, sometimes when those Facebook memories pop up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was in our great grandfather's. It was an article that popped up that I posted a couple years ago, but it said, and I'm gonna read it to you guys. This is on the acknowledgments section, but acknowledgments were made by Elder S.A. Williamson, pastor, New Calvary Baptist Church, who read a telegram in which Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King declared that the Southern Christian Leadership Conference has suffered an irreparable loss in the death of Reverend Dr. Hamilton, a member of the SCLC board and founder of the organization. So yeah, I felt I had to read that, man. That's powerful. To know that, the great Martin Luther King had a relationship with somebody in our family. So
Right.
yeah, that's special, man. I want to get that framed at some point.
Yeah, it would be dope.
And if we can find that picture that Dad mentioned.
With them two together?
Well, I guess Dr. King came and ate dinner with our great-grandfather at, I want to say, on Lois's house or something. He mentioned it on the podcast episode.
Yeah, y'all need to check out my dad's first episode. He talks more in detail about it. So it's the Pastor Hamilton podcast. It's on Apple, Spotify. So,
but yeah, to know that like somebody in our family had a relationship with him, that's special, man. Honestly. Yeah,
it set the bar high, man. Like growing up, that's one of the reasons why I feel like, at least for me, I couldn't make certain decisions. Right? Yeah. You know, contrary to popular belief, most black families are looked at as, you know, people who, you know, maybe this is their first time going to college, and it's like 2000, 2001, 2010. Like, our family has a history of being educated. Not that that makes you better than anybody. It's just getting rid of the stereotype that, like, you know, we come from uneducated, poor. Not that we were wealthy by any means, but the idea is just that when you set the bar in your family high,
expectations, man,
then the people who are coming on the back end after you are gonna want to at least meet that bar, but hopefully raise it.
Yeah.
I was gonna save this for the end of the podcast. It was kind of a joke, but I'm being serious. But some of y'all, you know, have had a Cleveland Browns like life, and they made a breakthrough this year, right? Like, some of y'all need to be the Browns, man, this year in 2021. Take that step forward, man. Break the cycle. Break that generational curse. Start a generational blessing, because you're literally like his great grandkids. We're talking about him.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about him. And
if you see the hat that I'm wearing, you know, we started a Black Engagement Network. So, like, if someone were to ask me, like, why I'm passionate about, you know, this Black Engagement Network and what it means to me, that article right there, it's literally like my duty to kind of carry the torch,
right?
And serve like our great grandfather did.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's bigger than me and, you know, anyone else, man. Honestly, so
that's why what you do and what you don't do matters, whether you realize it today or not. It matters. Two other things about MLK and the passage you read. So I've never had MLK Day off. You know what I mean? I've had to either take a floating holiday and use it, or I just took off. I mean, I told, like, my first job out of school, when they told me that I didn't have it off, I'm like, I'm Black, I'm taking it off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I just started this new job, so I probably won't take off. Hopefully, no one's listening, but I'm gonna keep it about. I'm not doing much tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, I'm not doing much tomorrow because I should have it off. Everyone should have it off.
It should be no work should happen on Martin Luther King Day. Honestly,
yeah,
unless it's like volunteer work.
Yeah. So, stuff that you choose to do. So,
do y'all have off?
I'm off anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Nico's independent, so
yeah,
like I'm off.
Yeah, I'm working.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna work.
Yeah.
I didn't work when I worked for someone else.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, and I gotta work.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I feel you.
Right.
I'm gonna do some stuff too, just cause, you know, I'm on my Grussle, but yeah, for me it's just a mentality, like you said.
Hey, yeah, we need to add a Grussle shirt to the Clock and Apparel.
And
Eric,
that is a great idea that we'll talk offline about.
all the money goes. That's all E's bread, man. All that money goes to E. All goes to E. This is the last thing I want to talk about. How come like it's only either back in the day pastors or like Black pastors.
Where are you going?
Why? How come once you become a pastor, you don't have a first name anymore? It's your first two initials. Reverend S.A. Williamson. You read it? Reverend W.L. Hamilton. Brother M.C. Hamilton. It's like, what happened to...
And I swear they be adding like Roman numerals to it.
Yeah, like, dog.
That's very true, bro.
Like, Dad is actually the third, but like, yo, I swear, Reverend Johnson, dog, he's the first Lee Johnson in his family, dog. You didn't have to add a second to it.
Yeah, you don't have to.
It sound dope though. I can't.
Yeah, no, I'm about to change.
I'm about to change. What you about to change it to? MC Hamilton.
CM sounds better.
Nah, MC, man.
MC Hamilton.
Marshall Federico.
Yeah.
Federico.
MC Hamilton.
I got. If I have a son, I got to name him. I name him Marshall, so I can be senior. I can add senior to it.
Okay. Can you do that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I can't be the first though.
The first sounds dope.
See, yeah.
The first sounds like a person who's like a conquest.
It sounds like royalty though. I like that.
Nah, that's tough.
First, yeah.
I like that. Yeah, nah, that's dope.
Yeah, if I have another son, he might have to be.
MC Hamilton sounds like a philosopher. That's another like type of profession. Like if you're a philosopher, back in the day, it was, whatever your name, your first two initials were, and then your last name.
Yeah, that's definitely like doctorate degree material.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not there yet, guys. I'm keeping it a buck. I'm just gonna be Marshall.
Federico.
Yeah, so I know some people are confused. Cedric is my middle name. For those who don't know, all right. If you listen to other episodes, you'll know what my first name might have been, and we're all glad that
people are like, what is this Federico? Like,
yeah. A lot of y'all are probably confused. So my middle name is Cedric. Some people call me Ceddy from back in the day. My mom calls me Cedric when I'm in trouble, or Marshall Cedric is even worse.
That's a black mom thing, though.
Yeah, no doubt. Nah, it is.
That really is. I don't know. I don't know too many. Brad Gilbert. Nah, you don't hear that. You don't hear that.
Chad Wellington.
Chet is mine, bro.
Chet.
That joint makes me laugh every time.
Well, first off,
shout out my boy Brad, because that's actually his
I've never
name,
seen
though.
him get mad to the point where it got that level in public. I've never seen that.
This is a side note. Look, there's a lot of racial tension stuff going on. We can joke about this. I was working at CEB. It was like a predominantly white company, and one of my boys who they hired was black, and one of our good friends on our team was a white dude. And we got on the topic of like names and how like black people have the most wild like first names, how we be making up stuff. So we were like, yo, white people got the craziest last names. Gronkowski and all time. Yeah, just
I don't know why I love that last name.
That's a great name. For like an athlete too.
Like y'all last names be wild.
That's
like
true.
We be having some simple last names. Yeah. Y'all last names be wild.
Mr. Frost.
It balances out.
A what?
A Mr. Frost, but his first name was like Winter.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Like, I saw that name and I was like, dog, that's your parents named you a stick of gum.
That's like on some Northwest, like.
That's wild.
It does, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it falls like those categories aren't given to black people.
What is Michael Jackson's kid's name?
Blanket, isn't one Blanket?
Yeah,
Blanket.
Like
something crazy like Apple. I'm just making that up. I don't even know.
One of Paltrow's dog.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other weird ones.
That's just disrespectful. You don't care about your kids. I guess they're not going to be in public school and they're not regular kids.
They're not
going to be made fun of.
I'm going to look that up. What is
I want to name my kid Straw or Blue or Raz.
I want to name my kid after like a drum machine manufacturer.
Oh, that'd be fire.
Like a Kai.
Raspberry though? That's fire.
Raz?
Paris Prince.
Just don't say Raz B.
That's what I thought about that too.
Yeah, Blanket. Yeah, that's wild.
Paris is one, right?
Yeah, Paris. That's
just cool though.
That's
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's
Paris
normal.
for a guy is odd.
Yeah.
It depends.
Paris is
Paris,
not weird.
yeah. I mean, I feel like
Nah, I don't know too many guys named Paris.
Blanket.
you gotta be
Blanket,
like
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Yeah,
Who's insecure about it?
we got to talk about something, right?
Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about.
What's on the document?
Nah. So 2 quick things before we get into the topics. So man, this is wild. Some of y'all may have seen an article about 2 officers who got arrested at the Capitol.
A few people.
But there was 2 that like were from Virginia.
Everyone.
Come to find out, they're from the hometown that I went to college in. And one of those guys, I'm pretty sure interrogated me, my 3 teammates, and our team manager.
Oh, it's the same guy.
Same
So
guy.
like Popeyes or something, right?
We got banned from Bojangles off some bull stuff.
That's crazy.
That's a whole. We don't have time to get into that story. Just know it was bogus.
You told the
And-
story.
I think you
Go
did.
back-
I think
go
you
back to
I think you
Okay.
did tell that
Maybe
story.
I
on your
did.
story with the goods. I think you told that story.
I may have, yeah. But he basically told us off rip when we got there, excuse me, that none of you guys are from here, and I think basketball's a dumb sport. I don't like it. It's stupid to me. And since you guys aren't from here, I have no issue locking you guys up and throwing away the key tonight. That's the first thing he says. After they try to get us to falsely confess to some stuff that we didn't do, and they basically were all right, we'll let you go. Last thing he says is, if I ever see any of you guys for any reason, just on the street, any reason, I'm going to arrest you on site. That's what he said. Now, let's fast forward to now.
Famous
I'm going to read a quote. Not only are the 2 men banned from going to Washington, D.C., they also barred from taking part in any demonstration or protest while out on bail.
You survived a terrorist.
Nah, facts. I mean, low
Legit.
key.
You
Well, here's the thing. Like,
you survived meeting
I
a
got
terrorist.
banned from Bojangles, and I still went. I was in the drive-thru with the hood like this. Them Bowberry biscuits are tough.
Yeah, I was
Did
gonna
they
say,
like?
Them joints are like
I
that.
love those. I love those. Oh my God.
Hey, look, them Bowberry joints.
Isn't there? There's one in like by Costco now.
Nah,
Did y'all know
they're
that?
building it. They're building it.
Yeah, it's in the
It's
process.
coming soon to Northern VA. We
Yeah,
gonna have
yeah,
the,
we
first,
need that.
the first Bojangles in North VA.
Yeah, nah, we
near
need
us.
that, dog.
Yeah, that's clutch.
Yeah, we do need a cookout.
We need a
man.
cookout.
I'll take a cookout over Bojangles.
And check this out. This is a highlight of my weekend. I took my girlfriend and Ryder. Dog, we went to Waffle House in Dumfries. That
we
was
went
like
to the
40.
one off by
That
95.
was 45 minutes away. But
Oh man, so the
it was worth.
anticipation.
It was worth every freaking gas mileage, dog. I love Waffle House, dog.
Dog, Waffle House looks like coronavirus came out of that joint.
It's definitely a dive.
Hey, I might-
IHOP.
hey.
It's a dive.
If you have ever ate at Waffle House, you cannot get coronavirus, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
That's how it works.
Yeah, you're right.
Dog.
I don't even care. I be looking at the kitchen because they don't hide nothing.
They don't.
Nah.
That's the worst part.
But they cook. with
Half of
the
them
backs to
had
you.
headphones in. Our server, it was actually a black dude. He was a good dude. But I heard the name Tammy, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
you're in
like,
the
that's
right
all
place.
I was like, that's all right. That's all right, man. We,
Yeah,
I needed my son to experience that.
yeah, yes, sir. That's
So you
hilarious.
went to Waffle House for brunch.
For them, yeah. Because
Waffle House is
we
like
waited
that.
like 35 minutes. Like, it was packed.
Yeah.
They only got
we
like
ate at like 12:30.
they got like 4 booths in that joint, so it's not.
Yeah.
You can't really. It's tough to social distance.
Exactly.
That's the only Waffle House like within 2 hours of here.
Yeah.
I think there might be one in Fredericksburg.
Yeah, there is. There is.
But yeah, it's about an hour and a half, hour 15. But yeah, man. The last thing before we get into this topic is still related to the Capitol. So there was a lot of memes about this black guy who was just standing in like the Senate chamber, and one was like, if I were a stimulus check, where would I be hiding? Right? There was a lot. Another crazy coincidence, bro. I can't make this stuff up. I worked with dude
Where?
That's crazy.
at Appian. This is
So-
3 years ago. I worked with this guy.
You survived meeting a terrorist, and then you met a terrorist. Stop.
So the crazy thing is, he was a weird dude, and people like when I've told people that they're like, "Yo, do you think he was on that stuff?" I'm like, honestly, he's the type I could see just being a schemer and being an opportunist. And he may not even support my guy Trump like that.
He's not your guy.
He's not my guy.
Yeah,
I'm just saying like,
just to-
yeah.
just
No,
to
I'm
clear
just
that
saying
up,
like,
man.
I just say, you know, my guy.
Disclaimer.
Yeah. That's not my
Meaning
guy.
like that other person.
Yeah, like Trump. Yeah, people.
He's not even
People are too sensitive.
MAGA Marshall.
Double M.
Instead of Mega Man, I remember Mega Man.
Yo, MAGA Marshall
y'all got-
is mean.
We might have to name the episode. Nah, we not getting no listens.
You
We're
get a
not
lot of
getting,
other people.
we're not getting no listens, man.
So he wasn't there looking for the stimmy. He wasn't.
I don't know, man. He's one of those guys where he's just it could have gone either way. He could really, support him as a person, but he could have just been there like, yo, I'm about to just see what I can get. You know what I'm saying? Like to sell or like, I don't know. I mean, I really don't. But it was just wild because I hit a couple coworkers up and I'm like, yo, is this dude?
Shouldn't he be at work?
Yo, I was
First
gonna
of
say, these are your friends, bro? Go for it, dog.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those, I give it a brother nod in the kitchen and we chop it up for like 5 minutes and we,
Yeah, give me a dap. That's
it. Yeah, he wasn't my guy or anything, but anyways, I had to bring that up. So, like we said last week at the end of the pod, there's some topics that a few people asked us to talk about. We had a poll just asking people, what would you want us to discuss? So we'll go through those and a couple other things to wrap it up. So.
Hey guys, thanks for clocking in with us and making it this far into the episode. We want to continue these episodes for as long as possible, but we might need your help. If you click on the description on each episode, you'll find a link that reads support this podcast. If you enjoy keeping up with us, click on that link and you can make a monthly donation. All right, you guys hear enough of me talking anyways, so let's get back into the episode.
The first thing was business with family or friends. Is this a good idea? And this was our social media manager, Julie's suggestion. So, man, we're qualified to talk about it.
Yeah,
because
we're in it.
I consider Eric family. Nico's like family, but we're not related to them, but we're related to obviously our two older brothers who we have the Goods basketball with. So, what are your thoughts, man? Like, I'll say this: do you think it's a good idea? And if so, why? Or does it depend? Like, this, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it depends on, I guess, your relationship within those family members. But I know for us, like, it was a no-brainer for us just because, we all kind of have, similar interests in the game of basketball and we're passionate about it. And this is something we've kind of envisioned for a while.
Right.
So for us, I think it was a no-brainer. But on the other side, I can't even lie, I was skeptical because, the stigma is it's tough to work with family and
right.
friends and have businesses within that. But, for me, man, when you lead with God first, things will work out in its favor. So that's what I think we try to do. Whenever we have a meeting, we open up with prayer, close in prayer. And if we can continue to do that and keep God at the forefront, then we'll be successful and we'll serve him the way we're supposed to. So, yeah, it's tough. It's not for everybody. I'll just keep it at that.
Right.
It's not for everybody. And, depending on the status of your relationship with your family or friends, it can definitely ruin friendships and, relationship with family members. But you got to understand, like, if you're going to do something and get in business with somebody, like, you got to put all the feelings and emotions aside and understand you're trying to achieve a bigger goal. But yeah, I love the idea of working with family, because it's, for us, I know, within what we're trying to do, it's about legacy. We're trying to build a legacy that'll last forever, and set our grandchildren up and their children up for years and years to come. Because that's, as a black family and as, you know, a black community, that's what we need to do.
Yeah, that's what we're lacking.
So yeah, I mean, I'm all for it, but you know, again, you got to understand and assess your family members, their personalities. Can they receive constructive criticism? Can you have those tough conversations without it being personal? So, I mean, I'm all for it, but you know, it's situational, I guess.
Right. How about friends? Because I mean, we don't necessarily have a business with, you know, I guess like close friends, right? So I feel like it's similar, but there may be a few differences. Shout out to Coach Wheelan, man. We need to start shouting out Overtime Athletics every podcast because they're letting us record here, and he's a big part of who we are today, and you know, on and off the court.
Honestly, that we need to get him on soon.
Yeah, no, we do, and he's done business with friends, which is why.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's
successfully.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've learned anything from him, but do you feel like with friends, it's a little bit different than with family, and if so, like how do you think that's different?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. I think it's well, again, it depends on your relationship, but I think it's simple. Like, we grew up together, you know, we were fighting, and you know, there's always that brother just like relationship, right? Obviously, we matured and grew out of that to a certain extent, but like, just emotionally, there's a different connection.
Right.
And I don't think with certain friends, you may not have that. So you look at, you know, maybe things they say differently, or you receive criticism, or, you know, maybe the arguments aren't as big, but again, there are close friends. So there's things that, you know, you may not take, but again, it all comes down to who you are as a person. What are your goals as a business? What are you trying to achieve? And if you guys are all aligned and you've established a good culture, then you can work with anybody.
Right.
That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Like, we can get into, you know, family is tough, but deep down, what are you guys trying to achieve? And as a collective and as a person, are you willing to make the sacrifices to do it? So,
right.
To me, it's just as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. There's a saying, you want to do business with people you like, trust, and respect.
Yeah.
Sometimes that isn't in your family.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is. But what I will say is, me personally, if I'm going to do business with somebody, even if it's like a relationship, you know, taking it to that next level, you know, I want it to be with people that I've like gone to battle with, or I've seen go through stuff. We've gone through stuff together.
Yeah.
You know, because I know that
you're in the foxhole, man.
Exactly.
You need some people that you know you can come out with. So, I agree.
So yeah, and I was just gonna say, I don't want to find out after we become business partners that you're not resilient, that you don't, you know, hold up your end of the bargain. You're not the type that, you know, is willing to sacrifice for the betterment of the company or the organization. So, you know, I want to go with people that I've been to battle with. That could be friends or family. Or if I don't know you as well, and maybe, you know, we're adding you to the team, you may not be like a founder, but I want to know you've been through some stuff.
Right.
Because this isn't easy.
No.
And we've had to have some tough conversations as brothers multiple times.
We're going to have many more.
And there's going to be many more. That's a part of business.
There's going to be many more.
But I think another thing is, you know, you gotta check your egos out the door. Like,
and that's why, again, just like this whole clocking movement, it all comes down to accountability and self-awareness. Because, you know, if I get criticized on something, by, I would say, the majority of like the team members, then I have to be like, okay, what can I do to fix this? Like, I can't be prideful and be like, nah, they're just those are my brothers
or my best friend,
or my best friend.
Or it could be your wife,
Yeah. So you gotta, like you said, you gotta put that ego aside, man, and have those uncomfortable moments and conversations with your colleagues or friends, whatever. But most importantly, yourself. If you don't have those uncomfortable conversations and those mirror looks to yourself, then you're not going to be successful. And that's in anything, though.
Right.
That's anything. Any goal you have, you got to self-assess.
If multiple people are saying the same thing, it's probably right.
Probably.
But I will say this. You do have to separate sometimes your relationship when you're the person giving the criticism. Right? Because you may be used to talking to your brother or your wife or your friend a certain way. And, that could be good or bad, right? Depending on y'all's relationship. But let's say it's good, right? Let's say you're typically, you have a really, good relationship. You've never really had any issues, but now you have an issue with business.
Right.
You got to be man and woman enough to have that tough conversation.
Yeah.
If maybe you're critical, you don't really talk to people with the right tone, in your normal day-to-day life relationship, when you're in business, you got to check that. Because now we're all equals in general, but, we're trying to build this partnership together.
Yeah.
You're not about to be talking to me like I'm,
little brother,
a little kid or whatever. Yeah. Or even if it can be your parents.
Yeah.
Your parents could be the ones who you're working with and for. And it's like, I know I'm your son, I know I'm your daughter, but you're going to talk to me with the same respect you would talk to any other business partner.
Right.
And that's not an easy thing to change.
It's not.
And, it's something that, I personally have to check myself on. So I think, just to wrap this up, it's not a bad or good idea, from a holistic perspective. Like, I can't say it, it won't be good for you or it will be good for you. We don't know. You guys are the outliers. You guys are the ones who have to be on the same page, and realize that, this is a business. You're putting yourself out there. You all represent a brand. But the last thing I'll say is you still need to have fun. Like, you need to have that balance of treating it like a business and treating your relationship like that. But at the end of the day, you're friends or family members first.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want it to be turned into just a transactional relationship.
Right.
So it's not an easy balance to find. But I think that if you take these things that Austin and I talked about, especially what Austin said about being on the same page, it should work. And if it doesn't work, here's the thing: it shouldn't ruin your relationship.
It shouldn't ruin it. I was going to say that because I'm sure there's been plenty of times where they tried it, but it didn't work. And it may have cost them, a brother or a sister or a mom or a dad or a good friend. But no, that's something like, again, for me personally, it's like, dog, we're starting this business, but at the end of the day, like, that's blood over there. So I'm not gonna interfere with that at any point.
Right.
So yeah, man, you just gotta find the balance, separate the two, but most importantly, just all be on the same wavelength when it comes to what you're trying to achieve.
Right.
And understand, like, it's not about, especially in what we're doing, it's not about us. It's about we're trying to help young men and women, and parents too, get the best out of their children and out of their investment to make them become better basketball players, but most importantly, better people. So, yeah, don't ever lose focus of what you set it in to do. So,
right. And what actually matters at the end of the day. This next topic kind of is related. This is another one from Julie, and she asked, "Can everyone have the hustle mentality?" And I think where that's coming from is, on Instagram, Facebook, there's this wave of, different motivational pages, success quotes, entrepreneurial pages where people can just follow them and repost and seem like, they have that mentality, whether they actually do or not. So I feel like it's cool to like be a hustler, not in like a shady way, but just to be a grinder.
Yeah.
We should change that to, can everyone have that Grussle mentality?
Fact.
That's what it should be now. But
that's probably gonna be the episode title, to be honest with you.
yeah, not
Grussle.
facts. Grussle, grind and hustle. So I'm reading a book, man, by David Goggins, and I don't know why the title. If you type in David Goggins' book in Google, you'll know what it is.
Stay hard.
First of all,
He's a
this man follows 0 people on social media.
It probably has like
He has millions of followers, follows nobody, and it's because he wants to keep his mind right.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to see. He's not a fan. He's not trying to see
Yeah.
what's going on with other people. He's focused. So
We got to get him on the pod.
yeah, if we get him on the pod, we need a Jerry Springer beep drop.
Oh my God.
Because this dude,
You talk about clocking after dark.
yeah, that dude.
Every other word is a F-bomb or mother effer. But the guy, he's good, man. He's got a crazy story, which I'm sure you might get into. But
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the whole book. I think all of y'all should read it. But the point is, you're not born with that.
no.
You can be put in environments that will help bring that out of you at a certain age, or you learn certain things, but it's not one of those either you have it or you don't. Like you can't be born with that. Now there are certain personalities and things that may affect how aggressive you are with going after things. But again, the clock in message and the Grussle message is whatever you're trying to be good at or whatever you're passionate about. Like you can hustle in that thing. And he really talks about just being an excuse remover. Like this dude is the ultimate excuse remover. So it's all a mentality. What I will say is if you don't have it now, you're going to have to get around people who do. You can read a lot of books, listen to a lot of podcasts, to help your mindset. But you're going to have to make it a priority to
seek it.
To seek it if you don't have it. I will say this, just because you have that mentality doesn't mean you're going to succeed. You do have to have a certain strategic, way of going about things. You can work hard all day, but if you don't know where you're going,
Work smart, not hard. Is what is a quote.
Right. And I would even
Which
say
is kind of
that,
misleading because you need to work hard.
I would say work smart, and not just hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
do both.
I think everyone can have it. Will everyone get it or develop it? No. I'm not trying to be negative, but
No, it's
most
true.
people aren't going to take. Not most. A lot of people aren't.
A lot of people are comfortable. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, it's National Do Nothing Day. Some people are actually taking.
Yeah, they're gonna
taking
be like,
that.
oh, really? Okay. I needed to go to the grocery store and do all these things and clean the house, but it's National Do Nothing Day, so I'm gonna follow that.
Right.
And that's not even a joke. People will actually do that.
Yeah, facts.
Which is the opposite of what we're trying to preach.
What's your thoughts? Can everyone have that?
No, you said it. Like, here's the thing. I say yes, but I think it boils down to, can people find what they want to hustle for? Like,
that's an air horn. That's an air horn right there.
If I know deep down that I love to cook, or I love to, I don't know, sew, right? And I have a talent for that. But if I don't actively pursue everything in my power to do that, as much as I can, and potentially become successful in it, then you're not gonna find what it truly means to hustle.
Right.
Like, I know in basketball, for me, I wanted to play at a high level, so I had to hustle. I had to get up at 5 a.m. I had to do a lot of uncomfortable things to get to a certain point. But that's because I freaking loved it, dog.
And you had a clear point B. Like,
yeah.
You know, your point A, everyone has a point A. You knew exactly where your point B was.
Exactly. And I think people don't actively seek that. Because again, like, I mean, it's not easy, right? Like, we get caught up in, you know, having to work and kids and do all this other stuff. So you just forget about it because you got to take care of, you know, other people and other things, which, you know, that's not a bad thing. But I feel like, you know, when it comes to really like hustling, man, and tapping into that, you can really only do that as if, I'll say this, if you have a why, you know, a distinct why as to, you know, why you want to hustle and grind. But if you find a passion, dog, that you really, like, you can't go to sleep at night because you're thinking about it. If you find that, that's when I think, you know, you open up that hustler mentality.
Man, that's big. Like, that was one of the most profound things I think, you know, you've ever said. Because, I mean, you say a lot of profound things, but I didn't even think of it that way. And as soon as you said it, I'm like, wow, that's true. Because a lot of people, they're spending their mental, emotional, and spiritual energy on things that
just keeping up.
Just going through the motions. And what I will say is there are people who they found that, but people discourage them from going after it.
That's another
right. They may have wanted to be a musical artist.
Yep.
But you know, especially in our area, very status.
That's not gonna get you money. That's not gonna cover your insurance. And Nico, you're probably a prime example of that, dog. Like, I can tell you really are passionate, and you've sacrificed your job. Yeah. You had the corporate, you know, shield of, you know, insurance, all that stuff, salary coming in. You know,
Fortune 500 company. Like, you work for a Fortune 500 company.
But you're like, nah, dog. Like, that doesn't fulfill me.
I looked at it as I went to work every day for 8 hours and worked for somebody else's dream. And by the time I didn't have time to work on my dream. So it's great to have that safety net and the comfortability of it, but at the end of the day, nothing great comes from comfort zone. So
wow. You talk about me saying something.
Nah, like, Nico has bars, man.
He does.
Nico has a lot of bars. He's a wise dude. But I think that the main thing that you said is you actually had a dream. Like, if you don't know what your dream is, you're not gonna even have the.
It'll be tough.
Yeah, you're not gonna be conscious enough to be like, man, I'm really working for someone else's dream only, while putting my dream to the back burner. But if you don't have a dream or don't know what it is, or you may not even be a dream, it may just be, honestly, it may be a nightmare. It's like, I don't want to do this forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really don't want to do this forever.
That's probably more what it was.
Yeah,
and it was more of like a.
Dog, I got to do this for how many years?
What year is it?
Before I can chill? I do this for 50 years?
50 more years? Oh.
Come on, dog.
And we graduated college almost a decade ago, and it went by like that.
That's what I'm saying. I looked at it, I'm like, damn, how old?
The only difference is your beard grew and connected. Mine didn't. I'm still trying to figure. Your beard grew over time.
Genetics, man.
Yeah, my joint, it's getting there, man. It's like a 4.9 out of 10 right now.
Genetics,
bro. But nah, Nick, that's a great point, man.
That's beautiful, man.
Like, you have to have a reason why you're going, or a reason why you're avoiding something. You know.
Yeah,
it has to be powerful.
I definitely had dreams, but I think it was more of like, wow, this is. You see other people like, this is what you do.
Yeah.
I work with someone who worked there for 45 years.
Yeah.
45 years it is.
Nah, the nightmare motivates me more than
I guarantee,
it always has.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, again, you have to be able to hustle to do something like that. And I'm not downplaying that, but they have a why as to why they did that for 45 years.
Yeah, and if it,
you know.
That's
and that's
okay
cool.
With them.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Okay with them.
That's
right.
cool.
I'm not knocking that.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't see myself doing that.
No.
Like that. I don't think that would give me the lifestyle I want to live.
Exactly. Right, and that's what it comes down to. And I think.
And that lifestyle is not all about
money.
Capital.
Yeah, it's no, it's not. It's more like it's freedom too.
Freedom. Exactly. Yes. It's time.
It's
to
freedom.
do what you want to do, something you own,
the mental health, just the stability of it.
I wake up earlier now with like not having anywhere to go than when I did having a job.
Wow.
No alarm clock.
You literally said it. Like,
Yeah.
if you have something you're passionate about, where you think about it, like, you can't really go to sleep, and like it really wakes you up.
You're doing the right thing.
And that's when I came up with. I didn't come up with it, but when I was thinking about what I wanted to do after school, and we had that entrepreneurship project my last semester in college, the good stuff that we're doing, that's what I saw myself being able to want to do every day. And here's the thing, man. We're not knocking 9 to 5s. It's not everyone's purpose to start a business or go on their own. I work for a great company. I'm grateful for it. Likewise. And, I'm going to work there as long as it's God's plan.
But that's not the end.
But I'm pursuing my passion outside of that.
Right.
And if that's what I have to do, forever, then that's what I got to do. But I'm not going to just not pursue my passion. So yeah, I mean, that's a great point, man. Both of you guys hit the nail on the head. Some of you guys don't have the hustle mentality because you're either letting other people influence you, or you haven't taken the time to just sit down and identify it.
I think fear.
Or you may be afraid. Yeah,
fear.
Go ahead.
That's the biggest one. To me, that's the biggest one.
Fear, man.
Yeah, it cripples a lot.
Seriously,
it cripples a lot of people.
I think people are afraid of themselves. Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, they're afraid of what they are capable of and what they would have to do to keep up.
Yeah.
To get there, you got to put in a lot of work.
Sacrifice.
To stay there, you have to put in even more work. And I think people are afraid of, wow, I could be this, but I would have to put in this work to become this and continue that work for God knows how long.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that it scares people.
I'll be honest.
Like,
that was me with basketball. It wasn't that I was afraid of the work. I was afraid of the responsibility, or looking at myself as like that guy.
The pressure.
It's like I didn't see myself, even though I put in the work to be that guy. It was almost like I've been the guy on certain teams, but I just didn't see myself as the guy. So it was like I was afraid to exercise the work ethic that I put in during the games, because it's like I don't know if I can be that, if that makes sense. So I was almost afraid of succeeding because I didn't see myself as that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you were looking for someone else's validation.
I needed approval.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what happened to me.
The goods. I needed approval.
That happened to me. That's what happened to me in college. Like, I grew up being the guy. Like, I think the only difference between me and you was I actually had a coach, like real life, put me in that position to be the guy.
Right.
So I had no choice.
Yeah.
I had no choice. And I thank him for that, because it got me to a level where, I was able to play at a high level. But yeah, in college, man, I think that's what it came down to. It's like, well, I don't have these coaches giving me the keys.
Right.
And I was in a point where I was just like, I've never kind of been in a situation. Like, I had to take it.
Right.
And I kind of waited on the validation. But, I got to a point, and again, I talk about this, The Goods Part 2, Legend of Aham, I think is the name of the episode. But I got to a point where I just knew, like, all right, I'm better than all these people. Like, in order for us to win games and get to a certain point, like, I just got to take it.
Right.
And I did.
And you made a great point just now. It wasn't even just about you. It was more about the team I'm hurting the team by not doing. And some of you, not to be, again, negative, some of you are hurting your future family and current family by not tapping into God's gifts that were given to you. So if that's what has to motivate you to tap into that, I don't mind being the bad guy.
What do you lose? You're going to be right back in the same situation you are.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why, because I did a 9 to 5 for a little bit, and I'm like, dog, like, And this is when at the point I didn't have a kid. You know, I wasn't in a relationship. It was just me. I'm like, yo, I don't freaking need this, dog. Like, I'm about to just go back. I'm gonna go back to hooping. And it was when I tell you, like, I just felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. Like, happiness just flooded. Like, as soon as I made that decision, completely different person, and I was happy again.
Yeah.
Because you're doing something you care about.
Right.
Doing something
Even
I care
like the
about.
job you have now, it seems like you care about the job.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You may have to be there at certain times you don't want to be, or you know.
It's a grind for sure.
You care about what it is, and it probably makes it easier for you to go to work.
It does. It does. It does.
And he can see directly how his job is impacting the organization. I think that's another thing.
Oh man.
Like a lot of jobs, I mean, you kind of know, like, all right, if I'm in accounting, like, I'm processing payroll and this person gets paid.
But if I don't show up, they still got paid.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
For certain jobs like his, like, if he doesn't do something, it could be bad. It could be bad. But, nah, I mean, I think we hit everything we needed to hit to there. The last thing, topic, and we'll be quick with this, because we do have, we have a game.
We got some buckets to get.
Buckets to get, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We wore these shirts for a reason.
You see that? You see that?
Yeah, We'll
come
talk
to a
more
game?
about that. That would be dope.
Yeah, you got.
That would be dope.
You got to do that because
hopefully in March. I think it's gonna go at least until March.
Probably.
Hopefully they'll allow some people to come. To the
Oh
gym.
yeah, the COVID. Yeah.
We might be able to finesse it anyway.
Now we have guest passes.
Oh, all right, bet, yeah.
So you just have to wear a mask while you're on the
well,
on the sideline.
Pull up, like,
But you know Ray Chambers, right?
Oh,
yeah, Chris Holt's
Yeah,
Chris
exactly.
Holt's stepbrother.
Oh,
And he would, and honestly,
he probably won't be.
that might be that might be a potential gig for you.
Yeah.
Because
Who
I know
did he
they
have
have.
do
I don't
it?
know the dude's name, but he'd be like, sure, like another camera person. He wouldn't care about that.
Right.
I'll mention to him today.
Right. Yeah, we'll talk to him. But yeah, the last topic. This is a topic that Stephanie, IG name is Stepho Vibes. I talked about her last week. She found us on the YouTube with our episode with Miles Williams, and DM'd me and just was complimenting the podcast and said, hey, would you guys mind talking about this? So dating status. I think this is a hot topic.
We can expound on this, I guess, in another episode too.
Yeah, we can do a deeper dive, but dating status. So, what is talking? Like, what is dating exclusively? Like, what is, there's
a lot of layers to this, dog.
Yeah, you're official. What is? Yeah, there's just a lot, and I think over time things have gotten more blurry.
It's Facebook's fault.
Yeah,
MySpace, it was either single or in a relationship.
Right.
Facebook gave all this complicated.
No, that's actually crazy that
in
an open relationship.
Yeah, like,
that's wild that you can literally
it's Facebook.
you literally can put it's complicated.
What?
Like
I remember changing. My first girlfriend, I'm not going to talk about it. We changed it from in a relationship that's complicated and we were going through some stuff.
Yo, I feel like, yeah, that's sick. When you think about it, that's sick.
It is sick.
Like,
it is sick.
It's really just to throw shade or maybe to welcome other DMs. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah, it opens a door. So talking, I'll talk about talking first. To me, it's simple.
Yeah, my answer's going to be real simple.
You're interested and you're getting to know each other, but you're at the early stages where, you're still entertaining other people.
Or you're not.
Or you're not. Maybe you're not, but you're...
Or you're not.
You wouldn't... I mean, I'll say this. You're not stamping that person and locking them down saying, like, all right, if you were to get mad if that person was talking to someone else, to me, that you're past the talking stage. If you're a rational human being,
I agree.
If you're rational,
right?
There are a lot of irrational people in this world.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like if we're talking,
is trying to get to know someone.
Exactly. You're getting
whether it's physical or not.
There's a mutual attraction, whether it's mental, physical, whatever. Dating exclusively to me is, I mean, This one is there's a gray area. I feel like
what does that even mean?
I think what it's supposed to mean is we're not official.
We're not Facebook official.
We're not official. We don't have the title yet. But like, I would be mad if you were to mess with someone else, or I knew you were talking to someone else. So it's kind of like we have this mutual agreement that like we're not gonna really talk to other people, but we're not a thing yet. We're not official yet. I mean,
it's all right, ladies, man. It's quite simple, right? And I want y'all to understand this, right? Okay, you explain the talking situation perfectly, right? Like you're getting to know each other, and I'm speaking just from a guy's standpoint. Typically, this isn't for every guy, but the talking, you're not the only one. You're not.
No.
They're talking to other people. You might even have other relations with other people, but if I were you, as a female, I'm not getting my hopes up.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't get your hopes up, but this is
you shouldn't. In the talking phase.
Well, when I say hope,
no.
When I say not get your hopes up, well, here's what I mean.
What I mean by that is you shouldn't be thinking like, all right, this is what my wedding dress is going to look like.
This
is what, because women do that.
I feel you. Yeah,
this is what women do that. Exactly.
I feel you.
Throw all that out the window.
Anything at the talking stage.
Throw all that out the window.
Text message.
Yes. Okay.
Because expectations is how you get your feelings hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying.
All right. I thought you were saying like don't have any, not expectations, but don't even think there's potential. That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. First of all, you shouldn't be talking to anyone. Period. At that point, if you don't think there's potential.
Facts. No,
so
that's a fact.
Let's keep it at that. So yeah, like again, when you're talking to a dude, understand and keep in your mind that there might be some other ones. All right, so just please.
Here's what
there might not be.
Or there might not be.
If they tell you this, believe them.
Exactly.
And here's my thing, on the other end, if you are talking to other guys while you're in the talking phase, even if it's I don't want to say dating exclusively, but let's just say talking stage. Don't start cutting off other dudes because you fantasize about being with this one guy.
That's what I said about getting your
so it's like
up. That's what I said.
It's happened to me.
You're already thinking about
it's happened to me.
Wedding dresses and what the kids are gonna look like.
It's happened to me, and it's like
I just met you 3 days ago.
I will never tell anyone to cut anyone off for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we're just talking, I don't say any. One, here's the thing: if I have to tell someone to cut someone off, you're not right for me anyway.
Exactly.
So that's number one. Number two, I don't care. If I am single and you are single, and to the point where we say like I'm your boyfriend and you're my girlfriend, I assume you're entertaining other guys, and you should be. If that's what you want.
Probably.
I'm not saying you should be, but I'm saying like you shouldn't be cutting that off.
That's usually not the case.
Unless it's guys who like obviously aren't good for you. But I mean, if there's someone who you think might be a potential fit, and we're just talking, are you gonna cut them off because you're talking to? Because I know a lot of, and again, this doesn't mean you have to physically be involved with all these different people. I'm just saying, you never know who's right for you. And here's the issue. I'm going to tell y'all what the issue is. And it happens to guys, too. It's happened to me. Just because they're the best person you've ever talked to doesn't mean they're the right person for you. But a lot of people, a lot of it is this person finally accepts me for who I am. They treat me right. I don't think I'm going to get this ever.
Again, yeah.
So I'm just going to, this is it. This is it. And you don't know that.
And remember, you're saying this while still in the talking phrase, right?
Yeah.
Which is, again, that's what I was trying to say. Like, just relax. Just relax.
Just let things flow, man.
Just relax.
Have standards. Don't get me wrong. Have standards.
I'm sure there's an excitement level and like, oh, I finally met someone. Like, this is great. But like, yo, just be strategic in this, and just don't be so emotionally involved. Like, in the early stages. That's all I'm saying. And then again, and the last thing I wanted to say, man, And this isn't right, but it usually happens. When the guy's ready to be in a relationship, you'll know.
Big facts.
Like
Yeah.
it's that simple, dog.
Yeah.
Like
Run that back, man.
when a guy is ready to be in a relationship with you, you will know.
Or propose, whatever.
You will know, right? Because
What are we? What are we?
and that question, and here's the thing, that question may come up, and if his answer is like, you know,
Come up after something big.
yeah, but
And then that
you'll
person be like, oh,
you will know, man. Like you will know when that person is ready to commit to you, because I think you should have a mutual conversation about it.
If you have to ask, you should know the answer.
You probably already know. You just want them to say it.
Yeah,
But I'm saying, if you have to ask and this person hasn't outright come out and told you what's going on in this situation, you probably know the answer. And it's probably not the answer that you want to hear.
yeah.
But also on the flip side, there are guys who are super aggressive about trying to date you really soon, which is a red flag. You know what I'm saying?
Blazing red
So if they're over like communicative like in the beginning, but again, a lot of women like to feel wanted. They like to chase. There was someone who, you know, I was going back and forth with her on social media. She was dating the guy after a week of like 2 weeks of talking, and they broke up like after like 3 days. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, I need to know the Carfax, dog.
It's like what is going? Nah,
Seriously,
for real.
like when was your last relationship? How long did it last? How long have you been out of that relationship? If you're telling me you just got a relationship a month ago, and we've been talking for a month, and you're trying to be my boyfriend, nah, no sir.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is there's two stages: the getting to know each other stage. That could be there's no time
I'm
frame.
sorry,
on
I
that.
said my boyfriend, my girlfriend, in a men's
Right.
case.
No, I hear you.
Pause.
I feel you. There's a getting to know each other phase, which could be a month, it could be 6 months, it could be 9 months, depending on the situation. And then there's a dating phase. Anything else in between that you want to label, there aren't really any labels. You know what I mean?
There isn't.
And here's what I suggest everyone do.
Dating, like what? Come on, dog.
I'm dating some
Like I work in sponsorship, and you know, there's trademark rights. There's like proud partner, official partner, exclusive partner. Nah, are you a partner of the team or are you not?
right.
Is that something?
Yeah. Don't get caught up in those labels. But here's what I'll say last, and I suggest everyone do this: write down what you actually want in your future partner. Write it down, like nitty gritty, and here's why. Because going back to what I said about like the best person that you've talked to up to this point in your life, they may treat you right. But if there is an alignment with how they see you and how you see them and how you guys' future will like, you know, work together, it doesn't matter how well they treat you. You can fall in love with treatment and then realize 2 years, 3 years, 4 years later, oh, this person like is a workaholic, and I like my love language is quality time. Like you probably should have known that before.
What's the book called again?
5 Love Languages. So it's a good book. Everyone should read it. Here's another thing I'll say. And this is the last thing I'll say, and it is kind of tied into the treatment part. Just because someone fulfills your love language also doesn't mean that they're right for you. Right? It's a great book. You should read it. You know, I think every couple should read it for themselves and for their relationship. But you have to really know what you're looking for. You're not going to find the perfect candidate. Some things will be negotiable. Some things will be non-negotiable. But if you actually write these things down, you'll be able to vet things, so you don't go through all this drama. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, again, it's simple, man. Like you said, vet. You know, use your discernment. And again, I'm talking to women and men too, but
A woman is the one who asked. So
yeah.
Speaking from that perspective.
And we talked about this numerous times. Your feelings aren't always true. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yep.
I'm gonna drop the pen there.
Yeah,
man.
that's it, man. So, look, man, wrapping up. We got a game that we got to get to.
Yeah.
And win. Shout out to new clock-in member Andrew Redding. Shout out to Andrew, man. He tagged us for the first time. He works out, but he's also a really good fisher. Like, he's trying to become a pro in that. So shout out to Andrew, man. And we got some other topics that we'll tap into next week that we didn't get to today. But appreciate y'all's support, man. Love y'all. And you already know what it is, man. Clock in. Let's get it.
You know it.
Straight up and down. We on the Grussle. We on our Grussle. We on our Grussle. Our grind and our hustle.
Clock in. Clock in.
Put in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other daily, level up.
Cause that's what brothers do.
Clock in.